So, I just want to make a quick video about the violence that's been going on in Chicago, particularly Southside Chicago, with young children being shot and killed. Last weekend was very violent, following Father's Day weekend with a lot of children being hit by bullets. You had a 10-year-old, you had a 3-year-old, a 20-month-old. I think today or yesterday you had a young 17, 18-year-old shot and killed over jealousy. I guess he was selling bottles of water, and another group of teens who I guess they were jealous to see that he made $10 from a customer that they were trying to sell to, and they came back and they shot and killed him. Now, one of the biggest issues that I see in the black community, not just Chicago, but across the whole nation, is there's an issue with jealousy. But much of the jealousy or the jealous behavior, I believe it's actually due to white supremacy. But let me explain. I don't believe that you have to be white. I don't believe you have to be white to be a white supremacist. You can be black and be a white supremacist. See, the way we were treated by the Ku Klux Klan, racist police officers, we tend to treat each other the same way, if not worse. Many things that used to happen during the Jim Crow law, many things that you can do to get killed or lynched as a black person, it seems to be happening in our communities today amongst each other. So I believe one of the biggest issues really is it is white supremacy, but not in the way that many people see it. Many people think white supremacy, they think of white people, but you can be black and be a white supremacist. And I believe a lot of people in the black community who are a little ignorant of how things, a little ignorant of their own behavior, I should say, don't realize that they are taking on the same mindset or the same behavior as a white supremacist. You see, if I walk down the street and I see a black man walking down the street and I don't know him, he's not from my neighborhood, and one of the first things I want to do is go grab my gun and shoot him, or maybe not necessarily shoot him, but just be extra aggressive towards him because I don't know who he is. I see this black man walking down the street and I'm not familiar with this person. He's not from my neighborhood. So I'm going to go out and harass him and treat him, a certain type of way, which is very similar to white supremacy. That's very similar to a white supremacist type mindset. That's exactly what you expect if you go into a neighborhood, majority white neighborhood with Confederate flags hanging everywhere, and you would expect to be harassed like that. So it's like the same type of harassment you get inside of your own community is very similar to what you would expect if you go into a racist white community. Not saying all white communities are racist, but you understand what I mean. Like a white neighborhood in, I don't know, Mississippi or Virginia, a state where racism is pretty strong. So that's all I want to say about that. I just want to say that I feel like a lot of not all black people, but black folks have an issue. What it is I believe it's a white supremacist mindset. We kind of take on that same way of thinking, even the way we look at each other. We look at each other the same way as a white supremacist. If you see a black man doing something better than you, you feel a certain type of way about that because you feel like you should be superior, but sometimes don't realize that that's the way you act. That's the way that they are behaving, So that's all I want to say about that.